What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka Allfires. Happy Across the Spider-Verse weekend. I know a lot of you saw it last night or going this weekend. I have my tickets for tonight. I am super excited. The reviews so far have been amazing. But because a lot of the top Sony brass are now doing interviews either on the red carpet or with Variety, of course, they're not only getting asked about Across the Spider-Verse, but they're also getting asked about the live action stuff too, including what's going on with Spider-Man 4, Miles Morales, and especially Tom Holland. Well, it's Tom Holland who's weighing in today with the update about Spider-Man 4. Unfortunately, it sounds a lot like a lot of the other updates right now because of the writer's strike, but at least he talked about it somewhat, let us know what's going on. We're also going to talk about that in context of some of the other rumors we heard. We're breaking it all down, the latest update from Tom Holland himself about Spider-Man 4. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button, we do daily Marvel content at the channel, and that's all we do. Everything from official Easter egg breakdowns, trailers, and reviews to the occasional industry insider report and everything in between. So if that sort of thing's for you, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. That will automatically enter you to win our ongoing PS5 giveaway. The next one is just weeks away to coincide with Secret Invasion. Again, all you got to do be a sub, leave a comment on this video. If you want, stick around to the end of the video. We'll get into all the giveaway stuff again there. So this headline broke from Variety early this morning. Tom Holland says Spider-Man 4 meetings were happening, but now on pause, where they go on to report, quote, Tom Holland has given an update on the development of his fourth Spider-Man movie. At the premiere for his new Apple Plus TV show, The Crowded Room, in New York City on Thursday night, Holland told Variety that though he can't share too much, he has been having meetings, quote-unquote, about the next chapter in the Marvel Studios franchise. However, those conversations have been put on hold for now due to the ongoing writer's strike, quote. I can't talk about that, but I can say that we've been having meetings, but we put those meetings on pause in solidarity with the writers, Holland said. There's been multiple conversations had, but at this point, it's very, very early stages. Holland echoed what Spider-Man producer Amy Pascal told Variety on Wednesday night at the premiere for Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse that, quote, are we going to make another movie? Of course we are. We're in the process, but the writer's strike, nobody's working during the strike. We're all being supporters, and whenever they get themselves together, we'll get started. Now, where I saw this article posted with a clip in a couple of places on social media, immediately people jumped in to say, well, this must mean that there's no script. They haven't pressed forward on that, but much to the contrary. In fact, you don't actually start talking to a lot of the talent until the script is written. One of the initial rumors from earlier this year was that Chris McKenna and Eric Sommers, the same guys who wrote the original Spider-Man trilogy, Homecoming through No Way Home, had started working on a quote-unquote mysterious script which nobody knew what it was. Very obviously, if they had, that was Spider-Man 4. Because of the writer's strike, that stopped now, but I imagine that they've made quite a bit of headway on that and have a pretty clear picture, at least from a pre-development standpoint, of what they want to do with that film. And we've actually heard slight details come out from a couple of producers before. Not only do they want to bring Tom Holland back for Spider-Man 4, but they're also intent on bringing Zendaya back as well as Jon Watts to direct. Now, I know that's a little bit up in the air because Jon Watts was actually slated to stay at Marvel but jump over to the Fantastic Four film, and he's since pulled out of that, which left a lot of his future with the Marvel Sony franchise in question. A lot of people wondering if he'd even want to come back for the next trilogy, but it's Sony's and Marvel's intent to sort of get the team back together, or rather get the band back together and roll it out for the next trilogy. So while they've probably made a lot of headway on the script, which would lead to meetings with the actors, it means that they haven't ironed out those final details yet. Well, what does that mean? That means contracts for the actors. Now, obviously, that won't press forward until the writer's strike is up, and especially if the actors themselves go on strike as well. But the reason there would be a hang-up here has really nothing to do with the same contention that saw Spider-Man pulled out of the Marvel Universe. This isn't a renegotiation between Sony and Marvel Studios. This is an actual negotiation for a contract for Tom Holland. Just how many of these films will he appear in for the MCU, and what will his price per film be? And at this point, guys, I've got to imagine that outside of Robert Downey Jr. begging $75 million for Endgame, which would eventually be higher considering what he probably had as an executive producer and piece of the gate, some of the top numbers we've seen have been $20 million per film. For instance, Chris Hemsworth in Thor: Love and Thunder. Some of the other actors have been able to get there, especially when they're legacy actors. Well, right now, Tom Holland is one of the most legacy actors, one of the best known, one of the most fan favorite characters that's left in the MCU. So expect his ask to be somewhere in the $20 to $25 million per film, and if they have additional movies like Secret Wars and Kang Dynasty, which have rumored Kang Dynasty especially would heavily feature him, that's at least 5 films. So we're talking about a contract in the realm of $125 to $150 million. That's base guarantee pay, again, without any executive producer credits, without a piece of a percentage of the gate. So what I'm expecting to have happen here is whenever these strikes are up, whenever they start moving into the final processes for that contract, there is going to be a lot of headlines that run out that make it seem like they're not working this out. Really, it's all going to be over money. Tom Holland is definitely coming back, and whatever the asking price is, Sony and Marvel are going to pay it. They need to. At this point, they really don't have an option. They've sort of backed themselves into that corner, but there's a lot worse problems to have than a billion-dollar franchise based on an actor who is definitely coming back for the next trilogy. So expect that to be major headlines and major news whenever it finally breaks. Now, my final thought is with some of the plot rumors that we've heard, that this film could actually line up a live-action Tom Holland alongside a live-action Miles Morales. And I know with now seeing this latest Across the Spider-Verse, at least from the trailers, we know that there's going to be one live-action scene where Spot breaks off into the Venomverse, which again, no spoilers, but finally has a designation amongst our cinematic universes now, and they may be waiting to base everything that happens with Spider-Man 4 until we get the conclusion of Beyond the Spider-Verse in this final trilogy, which is set to come out in March of next year. I know a lot of the rumors have been aimed at a live-action Miles Morales alongside Tom Holland, and while I'm not sure that's what the specific plot of Spider-Man 4 is going to be, it's obvious with their announcement from just days ago that that's the route they're headed, and if they're going to have a live-action Miles Morales, yeah, it's fine to strand him over in the Spider-Verse that Sony is building out, but really, the major payday, the major crossover is with Tom Holland's Spider-Man, and I can imagine those quote-unquote early-stage conversations have basically been laying all of this out for him before they've actually finished this script. Again, it's not confirmed that McKenna and Sommers were working on a Spider-Man script, but it was rumored they were working on a quote-unquote secret script, and you guys can kind of fill in the blanks or read between the lines, pun totally intended. Guys, let me know all your thoughts down below, how hype you are for Spider-Man 4, and if you were writing the script, what would you like to see the storyline be? I am all ears as always. Quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. Alright, we're still giving away a PlayStation 5. The next milestone is Secret Invasion. It's just weeks away. If you want to be entered to win or for any other giveaways here at the channel, all the same rules will always apply. Hit the subscribe button because you need to be a subscriber, then leave a comment down below. Because it's truly random, the more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will be announced at the end of videos, the same way we're doing here. The best way to keep up with the content has always been to hit the notification bell with all notifications turned on. And as always, if you like today's video, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. My name's Michael Roman. You can find me in a couple of places, Instagram and Twitter at I'mFires. You can also find me on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, Apple, iTunes, wherever you listen to original music under the name Allfires. And while I'd sincerely appreciate you checking my music out, thanks for checking the YouTube channel out. You guys have a great time this weekend seeing Across the Spider-Verse. I will too. I'll let you know what I think as soon as I see it. All right, see you guys in the next one. Peace.